The 2026 Mazda CX-5 is receiving a number of accolades. It's more upscale than ever before. It has the technology that people are desiring right now, and it's larger, making it more practical and family-friendly. But I have read some comments saying, Mike, I don't like that near 16-inch touchscreen. Mike, I'm tired of this technology. But what if we can find you a CX-5 that doesn't have that large 16-inch screen? What if we can find you a CX-5 that is very well equipped and does feel upscale? Well, you are in luck with the 2026 Mazda CX-5 Premium. And in today's video, we're going to find out what $40,000 gets you here with this trim and why it might be the pick in the 2026 lineup. Now, before we dive into this video, I want to give a huge shout and a thank you to Ira Mazda in Westwood, Massachusetts for letting come down here to check out the 2026 Mazda CX-5 once again. Their link will be in the description below, so you can check out their extensive Mazda inventory. So as always, let's begin with that pricing. For the 2026 Mazda CX-5 Premium, you're looking at a starting cost of just below $37,000. Now, with taxes and fees included, that pushes you close to 40 grand. But what does $40,000 get you here? Well, it gets you a crossover that looks like the Premium Plus. In fact, from the outside, you really couldn't distinguish either model because you have the gloss black trim instead of the plastic cladding found on the Preferred, Select, and S. You have the gloss black wheels, you have the gloss black side mirror caps and roof rails, and you also have, and I think this is more important, you have the signature LED daytime running lights here and LED headlights for the front and rear fascias, giving you more of an upscale appearance to this vehicle. Now, if you are new here to the CX-5, this model has grown in length by about 4 inches, making it more practical and family-friendly. In fact, why don't we talk about that in further detail here? So as we make our way around to the back for the CX-5, with the Premium, you are going to have a power liftgate. If you go with the Premium Plus, this will be hands-free, so keep that in mind. Behind the second row seats, you're looking at right around 33 cubic feet of room, which is about 8 cubic feet better compared to last generation. There's a lot more room here for all my camera gear and anything else I may be carrying on a daily basis. You have side pockets for some smaller items, maybe a couple water bottles, car detail equipment, or maybe even a first aid kit. And beneath the floor mat, there will be a spare tire, so if you encounter a flat on those road trips or travels, you can fix that and be back on the road. There's also latches here with the CX-5 that conveniently lowers the second row seats. And when they're lowered, you have right around 66 cubic feet of room, which is more in line with crossovers like the Nissan Rogue, the Ford Escape, the Ford Bronco Sport, and Subaru Forester. So really good stuff here for this generation on the practicality side. But what about for passengers in the second row? Well, back here, they're going to receive right around 40 inches of legroom, which, to put that into perspective, is right in line with the Honda CR-V, the Toyota RAV4, the Volkswagen Tiguan, and other vehicles that are much larger in size compared to the Mazda CX-5. So that is pretty impressive. Also with the Premium, they are going to receive 2 center-mounted air vents, heated outboard seats that is offered on the Premium Plus, and 2 USB-C outlets. So very well equipped here at around 40 grand. Returning to the exterior for the 2026 CX-5, it has a similar design to last generation. It has received a bit of a facelift, but nothing so substantial where you can't identify this model from far away. So we have the signature LED daytime running lights and LED headlights, giving you better visibility at night or in adverse weather conditions. We also have this grille here, very similar to last generation, and we no longer have the chrome accents outlining that grille. Kind of sad, I kind of missed that in some ways from last generation. Also, you have the gloss black trim for the lower portion of the front bumper, giving you more of a sleek and I think a sportier appearance to this vehicle. Now, making our way to the side profile, here we have the gloss black trim once again outline the wheel arches and the lower portion of the side profile, which gives us an identical appearance to the Premium Plus. You are going to be sitting on 19-inch alloy wheels, which, having experienced the Premium Plus earlier on, the ride quality is pretty good, but you're going to notice some road noise out of these tires, so I would suggest upgrading to Michelin's for that quality and that quiet interior you demand here at around $40,000 to $42,000. Now, you're also going to receive gloss black side mirror caps with turn signal indicators to go along with blind spot detection for added safety. You also have gloss black roof rails as well, and you're going to notice the panoramic moonroof. Making our way around to the back here, the one feature I absolutely love out of the CX-5, more specifically the top trims, is the signature LED taillights, which make their way into the center portion of the liftgate. We don't see this on lower trims, and it gives you a premium look, no pun intended, but if you want to have an upscale design to this model, go with the Premium or Premium Plus. It doesn't look like it's missing out on anything when you have that particular feature. Also, it does look like a baby CX-70 and CX-90 from this angle. For the lower portion of the rear bumper, here we have the gloss black trim, once again giving us some symmetry to the overall design of this vehicle. And for the rear diffuser, it's plastic, which we see across all trims for 2026, but best of all, you still have dual exhaust outlets showing on this vehicle. Powering the Premium and all trims for 2026 is going to be a familiar sight. The 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine producing 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. It will be paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. All models do come equipped with all-wheel drive, so that's great to see up here in New England and colder regions of the U.S., give you better year-round capability and versatility. And you are going to have right around 8.2 inches of ground clearance, so a good amount of capability here out of this vehicle. Also, when it pertains to fuel economy, you're looking at right around 24 miles per gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the highway. If fuel economy is a top priority, wait for the hybrid model, which should be coming sometime soon. When you get behind the wheel of the 2026 CX-5 Premium, this is where things get really, really good. In fact, you could sit here and say, Mazda didn't need to go any further. This is more than enough here at $40,000. We don't need anything else. So you have these seats that are power adjustable, heated and ventilated with leather trimmed upholstery. Now, to put this into perspective, at $37,000 before taxes and fees, you're going head to head with a Toyota RAV4, a Volkswagen Tiguan, others in this class that are not going to offer leather upholstery. So this is where the Premium really has a great value proposition that undercuts rivals in this class. And if you're looking for quality, you want luxury, you have that with the Premium. Also, just like we saw with the Premium Plus, these seats are very well cushioned, they're plush, and they're supportive more importantly. The bolstering isn't aggressive since this isn't a sports tune crossover, but still though, for a vehicle coming in at around 37, 38, it's a very upscale vehicle, it really is. Now, obviously, you're going to have hard touch plastics on the dashboard, on the door panels, on the center console. It is what it is. We see this across the board now in this class. And I think what Mazda's trying to do here is go more mainstream, appeal to a wider consumer demographic. And I'll tell you this right now, the Premium is really selling me on this crossover right now. I thought the Preferred was good. The Premium is doing a better job here. Now, in front of you is going to be a head-up display. And now this is available on the Preferred. You don't have to go with the Premium if you don't want to. And it's great to see that that is an available feature here for multiple trims, not just the Premium Plus. You're also going to notice a full digital gauge cluster, which is the exact same across all trims here. So you're going to have 3 different layouts for your fuel economy statistics, your more minimal layout, and then lastly will be for your safety systems. Now there will be on the right side your drive mode selector, so you'll be able to easily scroll through sport, normal, and off-road. You'll also have your cruise control settings as well on the steering wheel. Very straightforward. Also with the Premium, this leather-wrapped steering wheel feels really nice in the hands, aggressive 10 and 2 and firm 9.3 grips. It's also heated. But this is where I think things get even better. As you take a look at this infotainment system, it is not the large 16-inch screen. Instead, you're going to have this more 12.5-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility to go along with onboard navigation. And you also have the Bose audio system. So really all you're missing out here by going with the Premium over the Premium Plus is you don't have the larger touchscreen, which I don't think a lot of you are complaining about. Also, you don't get the top view camera. So these are all things that I think you can kind of give up, you can sacrifice just for a vehicle that does come in at a lower price. It's a bit more affordable. But also with this screen, the fact that it is smaller, it's easier to use. It's easier to stomach if you're coming from an older CX-5. So with this layout, it's laid out the exact same way as what you're going to find on the Premium Plus. I have icons that help you control your dual zone climate control up front, your AC, front rear defrosters, fan speed, fan direction. Best of all, though, there is no climate menu like everyone has now in these head units. So all you need to do is just press down on the icons for your heated and ventilated seats, and that pops up. And it's easy to access, so I do like that here. You're going to have small icons for your home screen, your navigation, your radio, then of course your widgets. And the widgets are laid out like we see with a lot of Android-based software. So if you have experienced Fords recently, BMWs, Audis, it's all the same. And I think that familiar nature here makes this easier to get acclimated with as more people are starting to experience these infotainment systems more and more. So I can see where Mazda is going here. I'm not taken aback by any of this with the smaller screen. The larger screen, that's a bit of a different story. So from here, you're going to have Google Maps, Google Assistant, Google Play Store, and also YouTube as well. Very, very nice. Also, you will have your vehicle settings here for sport, normal, and off-road, your hill descent control, also traction control on and off. You do have your safety systems as well. So from here, you can turn on or off all your safety equipment. I would leave most of them on for added assurance and peace of mind when you are going to school, or dropping off the kids at school, I should say, and going to work. So I'd leave that on. Also, you can adjust your memory seat positioning as well from the screen. And this isn't something new, but we are seeing this now making its way into this class. So I really do like that. Also, you will have a rear backup camera with trajectory, and you'll have another angle as well for a wide angle view. So much like we see with the Preferred and Select, nothing really crazy there. If you want to have a top view camera, front facing camera, other camera angles, you might want to go with the Premium Plus for 2026. Then continuing on beneath the head unit, it's the exact same layout across all trims. You have your hazard buttons here, and then you have your front and rear defrosters, so that's all within arm's reach. For the center console itself, you're going to have two cup holders here to go along with a small cubby for maybe a smartphone or wallet. For the center console itself, though, here you have your gear selector, which is leather wrapped, which is kind of nice. No gloss black trim, which is even better, so that's easier to clean and maintain throughout the years of ownership. Electronic parking brake, auto vehicle hold, a wireless phone charging pad, and for the standard storage compartment, plenty of room for some smaller items, maybe a smartphone or two, a wallet, also two USB-C inputs as well. And like I said just a couple of minutes ago, you're going to have two more USB-C outlets for the second row as well with the Premium. Now, to round out the front seating area, above will be a panoramic moonroof, which brings in a lot of natural light to the interior. Also, a rear view mirror that does auto dim. So a lot of features here out of the Premium, in my opinion. This would be the way to go. Yes, I think the Preferred is a great value at like 35, 36, but at around 40 grand, you don't need to go with the Premium Plus. You don't need that large infotainment system. This is just right in the lineup. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today as we checked out this 2026 Mazda CX-5 Premium. Let me know in the comment section below what other Mazda products you want to see featured on the channel. But guys, once again, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.